Hey, everybody. All right, give me a minute. Let me get set up. I'll be right with you guys. Hey, everyone. Okay, hold on. Let me. Oh, they can't hear me. Okay. All right, how are you guys? Hope everybody is good. So glad to be back with you guys. Felt like forever. Okay, so yes, it's been a while since I've been on. I know it's been crazy. Um, so glad to be back with you guys though. Hope you're all good. Hey, Judy. Hey, Sugar Spice. All right. So we're going to talk about a few things because let me tell you, some of the stuff that I have seen that has come out, I can't even, honestly. It's crazy. Okay. So can you guys all hear me? Okay, good. All right. Just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. So let's talk about a few things. All right. First, yeah, let's talk about this video that is going around, and everybody is out there going, oh my God, that's Kiely's driving into the lake. Okay? Everybody is freaking out over this. And I look at this and I'm like, what is this? You cannot tell that there is a car in the water. There is land right there, you guys, in front, right on the right. You can't see it because the trees, but like right there in the front is land. Somebody could have easily been sitting there with their car lights went off, right? But what I think, if you keep going and you watch that whole thing, you can clearly see somebody take a turn. They turned, and then you saw the lights come back down the road. I don't believe that it is what everybody thinks that it is. But that's just my opinion, you guys. But I watched it, and I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? I just don't believe that that's what we're seeing there. But what do you guys think? I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't. So we're going to take a look at it, okay, you guys? You can't tell shit from this camera as far away as it is. This video proves absolutely nothing in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, you guys. Right here, you guys, right here is all like sand. Like that's can be driven on. They drove on it when they were down there searching. They had all them vehicles down there. All along here. I didn't see a splash. And if that's what they're saying it is, you guys, they were like, oh, you could see the lights up top bobbing and we like bobbing up in there. That wouldn't happen because the car would go engine first down, not the other way around. I mean, what do you guys think? I think everybody is like flipping out and they're. Or is this the part? No. Yeah, you can drive all right and around here. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying, I'm just saying that for anybody to be like, this is proof that this is Kiely's car driving into the lake, you cannot say that. That is crazy. You can't tell that from that. Are you kidding? So I think that's all I'm saying. I just don't believe it. But that was Gray Hughes's video. That was the video. I'm just saying. So anyway, now let's talk. Can we please talk about this freaking Meghan lady, you guys? How many of you guys believe in this Meghan lady and think she knows what she's talking about and she's telling the truth? How many of you guys believe that? I don't believe it. All right, so let's just let's go over a few things, shall we? Okay. Now, again, you really realized in this case, throughout this case, that you can learn a lot if you really, really listen carefully to the wording that people use, right? You can really learn a lot. You can tell when they're lying. You can tell when they've contradicted themselves. You can tell all kinds of things when you really pay attention for the wording and listen to what these people say. Okay. Now, this lady came out. Well, apparently she called Ickmel's channel on August 9th, right? Hold on. Let me grab my paper. Okay, so when she called on Ickmel's channel on August 9th, I just wrote down a few of the things that she said. Let's just go over that real quick, okay? So, they were going back and forth to the car. The girl stayed for a few hours, a few minutes, like half an hour. So, right there, right off the bat, the timing, she gave us 3 different times. Okay, she gave us 3 different times. Few hours, few minutes, half an hour, right? That's when Sam found a friend who was completely sober to drive her home. There's a person who stayed there. They were camping out there. They do camp out there all the time. Parents said if they get too drunk to stay there. That's what we do in this town. Been known for 20 years. So, let me get this straight, right? So, these parents, all of these people's parents, are fine with them going out partying, and they're like, hey, wherever you're partying, if you get too drunk, just crash there, just stay there, right? No need for anybody to know what's going on. You don't care if your kid's safe. You don't care what's happening. I find that crazy, but apparently that's what they do in this town, and they've been doing it for 20 years, according to this lady, right? Kiely stayed out there. Car was gone in the morning. So she says, Sammy and Kiely texted each other. Sam said she called her. Sam said she texted her at 12:30. So this is what she said. She goes, said they, and then changed it to she, were coming home. So I wonder if that was a slip up, and who's the they that she's talking about, right? Just something that happened later in the party. A small thing. It started then. Well, I guess I can say there was a bonfire. No fire at the beginning. Fire was later. No one saw Kiely after the fire was lit. No, they don't know where I'm nervous. And I don't have service. I only can say exactly what I have time to say before I have to call back again. This lady was clearly told exactly what to say. She was told what she can say. She was told what she could not say. And I think that's why, she was nervous. Like, I think she's full of crap and where she's coming from. But that's just my opinion. So let's hear some more of the stuff that she had to say. There's people there from Auburn, Bay Area, all the way to Reno, Sacramento. The car is not in the water, she said. Most of the kids stayed overnight. Some of them left. That's what we're trained to do. 16, you get drunk, you stay there. There it goes again, right? Known Sam for 5 years. Good friends with my daughter. We know her very well. Drinking and lots of things that were happening at the party. Shady characters were there, possibly from Kings Beach. Tall gentleman with a mustache. No one knows who he was. She said last sighting was at 1:30 a.m. They kept going to charge the phone. She said they kept going to charge the phone, but she said to take photos and videos. But where's all the photos and videos that were taken? Right? Where's Kiely's phone? Well, we don't have any of that, do we? She said that people left at 8 in the morning. After cleaning up the party, they did not see Kiely's car there. She said, I trust Sammy. Sammy has total anonymity. Now, that was just that was the one that she freaking called in and said when she was on Ickmel's channel. Oh, Sophie Ellen Hirons. Sorry if I said that wrong. Welcome to the family. Just bought a gold membership. You're awesome. Okay, so what do you guys think? Because right off the bat, when I heard this, I'm like, oh, this lady. Here we go again, you guys, right? All right, so now this is the one that she did. Hold on, I just want to make sure I don't. Okay. Now, this is the interview that she did with Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton. This is the first time I saw her. October 1st, okay? And you know, it's funny how she called in the show on August 9th, right? And now she's all of a sudden back up in the scene, going on all these channels. I'm just saying, every single person that has inserted themselves in this case has all been freaking full of crap, right? They've all been, we've found things about every single one of them, you know, and none of them are out, honestly, to find the truth about what happened to Kiely. So, I'm just saying, you know, for what it's worth, all these people have been shady. That's all. So, hey guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. All right, now let's listen to a little bit of this.
Grab it. Oh, she found it. I see her. Let me add her. Okay. I didn't have to drop it, you guys. She found it.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
It's the blonde in me. Sometimes it doesn't work all the right ways.
Oh, thank you, baby. Sorry, my husband is working. We had the storms, and so he called. So I told my sister to jump on here, and then he didn't. He's like, I won't bother you while you're live. So, but he's on here. Hey, baby. So, the question, who are you in relation to Sammy again? I think there was it was hard to understand in Ickmel's.
Right, I get it. That was like the second day that she was missing. So
Right.
You guys have to understand that was like a month and a half ago, or a month ago now. I don't know. So I was in really, really bad service. So that's why there are so many different phone calls, and I can't see chat. I don't think.
You have to hit the little button. There should be a button that says comments. If you click on it, then it'll show the comments.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Yeah, this lady, honestly, right now, you can clearly tell, is there for her few minutes of fame. She's like, oh, I can't see the chat. Like, she wants to know what people are saying about her. That's just the first thing, okay?
So, I lost her.
What Sam told me, Sam would have no reason to lie to me. I mean, she was a close friend of my daughter. My daughter and her were very, very close. My daughter is a straight A student and is going to Boise, Idaho for equine assistance.
So right now she's just adding a bunch of details into this, right? She's just adding a bunch of stuff to fill this. Okay, just listen.
Assistant therapy. She wants to work with special.
That is awesome.
So when I say this, my daughter, like when my daughter met Sam, her parents actually, my daughter talks to her mom and dad all the time, I guess. I didn't know that until recently. And I didn't even know her parents were lawyers. I'd never met her parents. I've only met.
Don't you think that's odd that Sammy is supposedly friends with her daughter for 5 or 6 years, right? And she's never met her parents. That's what I'm saying. You guys, everybody that comes forward is just so freaking sketchy.
Sam a handful of times, but I've talked to Sam through my daughter many times. So when I talked to Daisy, my daughter, I said, is this something that Sam would do? And Sam, none of these kids, none of these kids had any inclination that something was going to go wrong. That's how you have to start out this thing, is that this was a graduation party. They had done it at the end of the year. There was a Hot August Nights that is a big thing in our town, a big thing in this area, and that's down in Reno, which is about 25 to 35 minutes away. And they have all kinds of old cars that go through there that are decked out and everything else. That ended out the same night that this party ended. So that's kind of why there was so much focus.
Whatever. Well, I don't know what the car show has to do with it.
On, did she run away, or did she get out of town for a while? That's what really kind of everybody thought at the beginning. That's where, so when I talked to Iqmael in those conversations, I drove around that day. My son and I that was in the house drove around that day looking for Kiely's car. I drove up on streets that my car right over there, I didn't think was going to make it at all. And I mean, it was just, I asked Sam a whole bunch of questions because I didn't really know how this was going to turn out. I really just thought that she was probably went down the wrong road, got a flat tire, and didn't have service. That was one avenue that we were going through. And when we say we don't have service, I could stand right here where I'm standing right now in my front yard and walk to the street and may not have service because of where we live. It's the trees. And Verizon, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Unfortunately, that goes on a lot in this town. And if you talk to anybody, like they'll say, like it happened today where I had 3 people text me, and 4 hours later I'd already talked to them and texted them or whatever in a different way, and then all of a sudden I got in and I had 4 text messages that came through. So that's another reason why.
See, now she's trying to explain why shit doesn't add up, why times don't. She's trying to give us a reason to explain why time doesn't add up, right?
Things don't always add up on time, maybe for some people, is that like I saw when they texted me at 1:30, but I didn't see it till 3:30. And so therefore it can be different in that aspect. I don't think that had anything to do with the time thing for Kiely though.
No, I think
I don't think that had anything to do with the timeline for Kiely, but then why did you bring it up, lady? Do you see what I'm saying, you guys?
Was an actual ping, like
yes, I think it was. Okay, so when I talked to Sam had said that she had gotten a ride home from someone, when I say gotten a ride home, all of my kids.
Sam said that she had gotten a ride home from someone. When I say ride home, I mean, like, we know what ride home means, right?
Me included. For 20 years, generations for 20 years have done this. We have a really small town. When I was 20 years ago, when I graduated in 1997 from the exact same, or 25 years ago, I'm aging myself, 25 years ago, I had friends that did exactly the same thing that these kids did. They went out, they partied, they had, we had kegers. It's like a tailgate party. That's what it is.
Never watches these things. I've told
what's that?
I said, God forbid if my mom ever watches my lives. I've told on myself too much the last 2 days.
Well, and I think and that's really what it is too, is that these kids, everybody says there's no pictures, there's no nothing. They did say to these kids that there wasn't going to be they weren't going to get in any trouble or in anything else. However, with that being said, it's still how you may not be getting in trouble with the police or with anybody else, but you still have
back.
So now she's saying, oh, Bobo. Take Bobo. Sorry, my son came in and let the dog in.
I drove around that day. My son and I I'm going to choose my words more wisely, I think. I'm going to think about what I'm saying as opposed to anybody's child. I'm going to stand up for the underdog. I drove around that day. My son and I that was in the house drove around that day looking for Kiely's car. I drove up on streets that my car right over there, I didn't think was going to make it at all. And I mean,
I said,
Sorry.
God forbid if my mama ever watches my lives. I've told on myself too much the last 2 days.
Well, and I think that, and that's really what it is too, is that these kids, when you,
Oh
everybody,
yeah, that's what I was. Sorry guys, I had a, okay. That's what I was gonna say. So now she's coming up with excuses on why nobody turned in photos or videos, right? It's like she came on here, you guys. It's just another person that came up here to defend the teens and their behavior. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crap.
says there's no pictures, there's no nothing. You know, they did say to these kids that there wasn't going to be they weren't going to get in any trouble or anything else. However, with that being said, it's still how you may not be getting in trouble with the police or with anybody else, but you still have
your back.
You put the mark on your back, and it puts your family in a position where, you know, like my dad, he's I'm the sandwich generation, which I just realized recently.
Did you hear what she just said? It puts your family in a position. So these kids couldn't turn in any evidence because it would put their family in a position. It's these people protecting these people. I mean, can we get somebody that comes out and is in defense of Kiely? Can we get somebody that comes out and they're like, no, this is all bullshit? Like, you know, and stop worrying about this community and everybody. It's crazy to me, you guys. It's freaking insane.
Recently, I didn't even know that was a thing. But my dad is 75, and he's a real estate worker, and he's been here for 40 years and doing that for 40 years, and he sells high-end real estate. So if you look at it that way and look at it from my perspective, my dad said, don't get involved. Like, just don't get involved. Your kids weren't there. Don't do it at all. But if it was my kid, I want my child, anybody's child, I'm going to stand up for the under.
Notice she does the same thing as Sammy a lot, you guys. She'll look up, her eyes will go way up to the left corner. Well, I guess it'd be her right. Her right.
Here, because I don't think Sam did anything wrong. Did she make mistakes? Yes, without a doubt. But everybody keeps saying, why did she leave her?
I don't think Sam did anything wrong. Did she make mistakes? Yes. Okay.
At the party. Well, when you go out to these parties, and then when you go out to these parties, I want to say it's parties, these kids all know each other. They've grown up together. These are like brothers and sisters from like every different generation. Like, they're neighbors, they're best friends, they've dated each other, they've got to know each other, you know. And there is, unfortunately, a side of this town which it is wealthier, and other side of the town which is not as wealthy.
So what is she saying right there? What is she saying? That these kids, these teens that she's defending that all grew up together, and, you know, there's wealthy and then there's not wealthy. Who is she talking about that's not wealthy?
And
Okay.
It's a very big pendulum swing. Go ahead.
So really quick, TF, if you can drop me your because so I get it.
Well, we have different areas. Like, it's either TD, Glenshire, Prosser, or Sierra Meadows. So which one is he from?
I'm not sure. Like, he just supports everybody. So
More now than I knew that night. I still, I have a theory of what happened. And it is just a tragic.
Did y'all hear her theory, by the way? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, is what she thinks happened to Kiely. Did you guys hear it? Please hit that thumbs up, you guys. Please subscribe. And if you want to become a member, join the channel, join the family. It'd be awesome. Well, you guys, I think it's very important. Now, listen, I think this lady is obviously she's not out here for the benefit of Kiely. She's not out here to help get justice for Kiely. She's just another person who inserted herself in this case to push us to the freaking accident theory. That's it. In my opinion, that's all that this lady is. But when these people come out, it is important that we listen to them. It's important that we listen to what they say, because you do get little clues from everybody. And I'm going to point a few more of them out.
Tragic accident. I truly believe it's a tragic accident. And I know that there's going to be conspiracy theories like that everybody has. But if you break it down.
I know that there's going to be conspiracy theories. You know, the funny thing about conspiracy theories, a lot of them are proven to be true. So, and she said that, the way that she said that was to make you think that anybody who goes against this, oh, it's a conspiracy. They're crazy. They're just, and it's bullshit. It is bullshit.
Down and really think about it. For anybody, I don't care who you are. I guess I care who you are. If you're a mass murderer or a serial killer, then maybe you would think like this. But for an 18-year-old child to have someone that's hurt or to have someone that's in trouble, and I'll say this very quickly because it's the way I feel, is that, and then I'll explain why, is that to have someone in trouble, like let's say she's overdosing, let's say she got too drunk, let's say she had all these things happen to her, which everybody says. Now, for someone to say that she's hurt herself or she, whatever happened, that she ended up in her car by herself or with someone else, we don't know. But to do that, to go from just parking the car somewhere and saying someone else will find her in the morning, so that we don't have to worry about it. Like, she slept it off. Her parents, if she did any of those things, like foul play or not, I don't think that normal people, normal everyday people would rationalize the fact that they're going to put a car in the water. Like, that's a huge jump. Like,
from what we've seen in are you serious? No, it fits perfectly. Normal people. Okay, lady.
From someone that's right. Like, I mean, you don't think that way. Like, I don't think very many people in the world.
That is not true. That is not true. A lot of people probably would think that way. That's the unfortunate part. There's, it's the world that we live in.
I can't, I don't know, because, I mean, we had a very tragic.
The kid went to the hospital and everything else turned out fine. He walks just fine and everything else, but it was a horrible big accident. Okay, that being said, when I say this, you're going to go, wow, that makes sense. So when Kiely goes missing, I happened to go talk to Sam. That there was a video going around, and that's when I went and talked to Sam at one of the teen talks, I wasn't going for the teen talk. I just went to go talk to Sam. And I walked upon these kids and I went, why do I recognize these kids? But I couldn't place it. I couldn't place who they were. I couldn't figure out why I knew who these kids were, but I knew I had seen them before. But I just didn't. I was like, maybe I've just seen them in passing or at a game or at football, whatever it may be. So I didn't know who they were. And so I asked a few questions, got a few answers, got one oddball question, which kind of set me off for about, I would say, 2 weeks until I got the next answer. So 2 weeks later, I'm at the bank, and so this mom that I've known since I was in high school, I said, oh, I'm so sorry. How is everything going? I said, it was the day of her memorial. And she said, oh, good. And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Were your kids at the party? And she said, yes, my kids were there and they've been interviewed and everything else by the FBI. And I went, really? What do they know? And she goes, and I know who her kids were, but I didn't place again who these kids were. So I said, well, if I ever ran into the such and so kid again, I would ask him one in particular question. And she goes, that's my other son. And I went, huh? And she goes, yeah, that's the one I take care of. He spends the most of the time at my house with Sam and Kiely. And I went, what? So she goes, why don't you come over and let's ask the question that you want to ask him? And I go, well, he's just going to think I'm going to show up just because I want to grill him, which I didn't want to do. And I really had no intentions of ever running into this child again. I mean, I wished I could, but I didn't have any intentions. So I talked to the mom for probably 25 minutes. So then I went to her house and She goes, well, I'm going to go get the boys and bring them out. Well, as soon as they came out of the room, they saw me and their mouths dropped to the floor. And I went, oh my God, you guys are the same kids from the accident. And they went, yeah, you're the same girl. They didn't even recognize me from the accident. They just recognized me from Teen Talks. So it was very strange at the beginning because I didn't know who they were. Had I known who they were and their parents, I would have found out all the information right away. And I would have had more than information. With that being said, one of the kids that I had talked to, he was in the accident and they had called 911 emergency immediately. There was not even a question asked. So when I go back to Kiely now, knowing that I know these kids, that when that guy was in an accident,
holy crap, come on, lady.
He didn't question it calling 911. He didn't question anything out of the sorts, that if something was wrong, that's the first person he called was 911. So if you go back to that person happened to be happened to be parked next to Kiely at the party. And he was parked right next to her, went to bed the next morning. He went to bed and her car was there. He woke up the next morning, her car was gone. He had no idea. I tested the theory with my car. I rolled up both my windows and was at Prosser. Someone else turned on their car and I turned on my car with both windows up and music on. I couldn't hear the cars turn on. So no one would have known when she left. He had no idea when she left or how she left. So, and these kids also, I asked my friend, I said, have you talked to these kids? They've gone rounds. I mean, these kids that are being blamed have no idea. They've sat there with their parents going, what if this happened? What if this happened? What if this happened? Everybody's saying, why don't these kids come forward? Why aren't they talking? They don't know anything. You only know what you know for that moment.
They don't know anything. Nobody knows nothing, right? Nobody knows anything. That's it. What do you guys think about this freaking lady?
Moment. And you don't know what happened afterwards. And that's kind of what Sam's dealing with, is that she had a lot of kids come up to her and tell her everything that was going on and what happened at the party. They did have lots of tips from.
Did you see that? They did have lots of tips. And they all came to Sammy. They all went to Sammy. You got it's so infuriating, you guys. It just,
from what I've heard, they had lots of interviews and everything else. I also know something else that I'm 95% truthful. I know, or 95% sure that it had happened. That night and at the party that Exanime said about, where there was a Mexican party. Again, I didn't know who they were. I didn't know who the party was. I went into our local grocery store and I was talking about Kiely. Funny story how that came up. Not going to go into that. And she said, well, my girls that work here and have been working there for many years saw lights go into the park, called 911 that night because they saw lights go into the water.
Bullshit. Call was debunked. No such call was ever made.
So because she wasn't missing at the time, they didn't take it seriously. So it's kind of like the whole same thing where the bodysuit wasn't taken seriously. Finding the laptop wasn't taken seriously.
Did you guys hear what she just said? The bodysuit wasn't taken seriously. She just admitted that was Kiely's bodysuit. After Sammy done told everybody, nope, that ain't it, and everybody just brushed it to the side. She just said, just like they dismissed the bodysuit, just like they dismissed the laptop. I'm telling you, holy cow.
Did our Ellie mess up big time here? Yes, 100%.
Oh, Mrs. G, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Sugar, yeah, she's 100% full of shit, is right.
We can't keep going back over that. We only have what we have now.
We can't keep going back over this stuff, guys. We need to just let it go, right? That's what she's saying.
And so that's where we're at. So I can see kind of people chatting, but I don't know what it said.
Yeah. Okay. So, Real quick, RT, I'm sorry. I got distracted and was trying to fix this so we don't have any like flags on the channel for using because I didn't put it in the description, but it's okay. Um, Rob, I did. I got it off. I didn't see the.
Obviously, there's a do that some of these kids on that night because they saw lights go into the. It was the day of her memorial, and
my bad.
tested the theory with my car. I rolled up both my windows and was at Prosser. We turned on that night because they saw lights go into the water. So because she wasn't missing at the time, they didn't take it seriously. So it's kind of like the whole same thing where the bodysuit wasn't taken seriously, finding the laptop wasn't taken seriously.
Real quick, RT, I'm sorry. I got distracted and was trying to.
Just to get the party going, like, and have some fun and break up the tension. That they were boxing each other, but they had boxing gloves. So it's not like they were actually fighting. It was more just.
We've seen videos of those fights, and it was supposed to be friendly fights, but those are not friendly fights. I don't care what nobody says.
Well, you have to understand too. Our kids are a different breed. Our
kids are a different breed. Well, holy crap. That's what we've been saying, right? Yeah, they're definitely a different breed. Y'all from that area, man, is something wrong with y'all. For real.
Tough. They're very tough. They play football. We all know how to change our own oil. We don't ask for help. These girls, they're smart, and and these kids, because we don't have anything in our town like a bowling alley. We don't have a movie theater. We don't have things.
You guys, we don't have a bowling alley. We don't have a movie theater. So of course these guys are gonna go out in the woods and fight. I mean, come on now. That's just what people do. This is so crazy. Like, it kills me to listen to this lady. Honestly, it really does, you guys.
Things we have sports. So these kids play a lot of sports like rugby, soccer, baseball, football. I mean, that's what they play. So even though it's like, it look like it's friendly fighting to other people, they're not being mean to it. They're not punching each other in the face. They're not giving each other black eyes. They're not, they might be rough. It's like wrestling with your brother or sister with boxing gloves. Like, it's not trying to hurt someone. It's just, so I think that's the best way to describe that. I don't really know about the Fight Club. I guess that's all I can.
She just described what she claimed was the Fight Club and then says, I don't know anything about the Fight Club. Oh my God.
Explain on that.
Okay. So I don't know how. Can you explain how the party scene that was so big was cleaned up so fast?
Party scene. These kids, they were there all night. I talked to the people that cleaned up the next morning.
I talked to the people that cleaned up the next morning. Who are these people that went and cleaned up the next morning? And why would people have to go clean up the next morning when you just got done telling people that most people stayed there overnight? She said some went home, but most stayed. So why did outsiders, whoever else, have to come and clean up in the morning? I'm saying, you guys, this is freaking crazy. Don't you guys think? I mean, holy cow.
These kids, they do it when I say do it all the time, I don't know that they do it all the time. Everybody keeps saying they do it all the time. Like, they go out there.
She don't know that they do it all the time. They do it all the time, but I don't know that they do it all the time. I can't, you guys. It's freaking crazy.
They go out there to party, and like, there might be 10 or 15 kids that go out and party and have a good time. Not all the kids do, but this is a party. Like I asked Sam, and I guess she did lie to me. I mean, I found out later that because I said, was it advertised anywhere? And she said, no. Well, it was. We found out later it was. I was like, well, thanks, Sam. So everything that Sam told me wasn't 100% truthful. Did I know it at the time? No. Do I still not know all the truth? Yeah. You know, some of these kids you have to understand too. They're not my kid. They're not mine. I mean, like you said, if my kid was involved in this, and I've had this fight with my son just yesterday, if my kid isn't doing this or is having this fight with someone,
if my kid was involved or having this fight with someone, you guys, doesn't that take you right back to when Sammy was like, yeah, sometimes people get in fights about who won, but not this time. And she's like, if my son was in this fight. So I'm just saying.
They're dead meat.
This is why I say it's very important to listen to the wording. Listen to what these people actually say. Because they do slip up every now and then. Please hit that thumbs up, you guys. Please subscribe to the channel.
Like, there's so many things that I would not let my kids do that some of these kids do. With that being said, is that this town, and I'm sure Archie can probably elaborate on it too, is that it goes deeper than just what you want to do. These kids have been together since
it goes deeper than just what you want to do.
They've been born together. They've grown up together. And so it's ingrained in them, like literally DNA.
Ingrained in them, literally like DNA.
And how to act and how to behave and how this town is raised. If you don't leave this town and come back like I did or have an outside experience, you live in a bubble here. You only know what goes on in your town. Like, when I say I grew up and I didn't know lots of things, I grew up and I went to a different high school and someone else played our song and I went, they can't play that song. That's a Trekkie song. And they went, do you think AC/DC just made a song just for you guys? And I went, well, I did until right now. Like, just, you don't know.
Oh, Leah
like,
Cassell, welcome.
You don't know anything different.
So
therefore, when I say these kids, they do all of this all the time. They also go wakeboarding. They go snowboarding. They go skiing. This was a party that was out in the boondocks.
Those things sound like typical teenage things. I mean, like, we're not even from a snow town or a mountain. But my kids go skiing and snowboarding and, we know how to do all those things and we're into all the extracurricular activities. And I have one that's 19. He's in the Army. And yes, he done stupid things. The majority of it, bless his heart, he wasn't smart enough to do it outside of my house, but he did. And, but
well, let me, and this is something
he didn't go into the party scene for very long when his conscience was like, this is not for me. So I guess you're right. And it's in the way that they're raised. Like I raised mine not to be involved in sketchy situations. Like, my biggest question is, if it was so scary, if there was really all these sketchy people at this party, why did they stay? And why in the world did she leave Kiely by herself? Like, it makes no sense.
Like I just said, there was other people at the party so she didn't leave Kiely by herself. Like, I talked to someone, like the guy that I mentioned that I talked to his mom. He's known Kiely just as long as he's met Kiely. He knows Kiely. He was there all night long. He was parked right next to her. So it's not that she left him alone or she was left alone. There was other people that she knew at the party. Did Sam leave the party? Yes. Did Sam make the right decision to go home with someone that was sober? 150% of the time that would be the right thing to do. But because of this situation, it wasn't. So, and then, if Kiely, it's how many times has someone said, I want to stay later, and someone's like, I want to go home. I'm done. I'm just done. And they go home. It's not, and if I've stayed the night out there. Let's not even go there, but I've stayed the night there many a times because
I've stayed the night out there. Let's not even go there, she says. Oh my God, this lady, I can't take it. Sorry, hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta. Oh, okay.
Your bearings just get very, very disoriented. There's no lights out there. When I say it's literally like trees and sky at nighttime, and if there's no moon, which I don't know if there was a moon that night, there's no light. There's no anything out there. So except for car lights. And when people are coming and going, they're not looking at the car like they're not looking at someone that's leaving or coming. They're just looking at cars. Like like you're driving down the freeway. Do you look at every single license plate that goes by you at 10 o'clock at night on the freeway? No. So when Sam went home, she went home, and that's all she knew. And it's like, so she thought that Kiely was safe. When I asked Sam, I said, "Did you see Kiely when you left? Did you see Kiely?" And she said, "Yes, she was walking back into the party, and everything was fine." And there was other friends of hers there. This wasn't that she just got left like destitute by herself. She wasn't just in the middle of.
It's not the point that, she was left destitute by herself. It's the point that Sammy claimed that when she was her friend, and that when she left the party, she left her drunk, intoxicated, severely intoxicated friend there. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe any of that bullshit anyway.
Of nowhere.
Well,
she was kind of. But
she was in the middle of nowhere, but I couldn't leave someone that is supposedly so inebriated that,
I asked her, I did ask her straight up. I asked her, I said, was she falling down drunk?
Only about yourself.
Well, I asked Sam, I said, was she falling down drunk? She said no. I said, was she being carried like was anybody carrying her from the car back and forth? She said no. And I think that
that's a weird thing to ask, isn't it? Was somebody carrying her from the car back and forth to the party? That's a little odd.
Hit that
words
guys,
are very
subscribe, share.
Important here is that your drunk and my drunk might be completely two different drunks.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so if she's not fallen over drunk or whatever, then she was not that drunk to drive herself into a lake.
Well, that's what I asked Sam. I said,
exactly.
I said, how was she? That's exactly what I said to Sam. I said, could she have gotten very far? And she said, no, she was too drunk to drive. Now, like I said, when you say someone's too drunk to drive and you're talking to an 18-year-old, my too drunk to drive and you're too drunk to drive, obviously there's a threshold there where
there's a threshold there. Too drunk to drive is too drunk to drive. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 45. I mean,
no. If you've had a sip, don't get in the car.
But let me explain that to you too. We live in a town where there's no one. There's no one out. Like the town rolls up at 8:30 at night. So if these kids are driving home and they know where they're going, they're not taking main roads. They're taking back roads and they're going home and they're going they know how to get home. That's what everybody needs to understand is that when you're out there and you have and that's why I think
if you're a teen and you're out there, as long as you're driving and you're drunk, as long as you're on back roads, it's okay.
In my opinion, I know what happened to Kiely. But like I said, that's just my opinion. And I think that why she ended up.
Wait for it, you guys.
Where she ended up was because she was drunk and she realized it. And she realized that she was too drunk to drive. And so she pulled over to, and rolled down the windows because she was, and then crawled in the back seat. And when she crawled, and then when she crawled in the back seat, I think she accidentally hit her car into neutral and it went into the water.
No,
that's why she was in the back seat.
Oh my
and
God.
She couldn't get out.
Come on.
Or something to that extent.
No.
It was because she was parked on the hill and went right in.
Oh,
I don't.
Guys.
And then didn't feel the water and wake up and crawl out the window.
She got in the car, so she pulled over, rolled down her window, climbed into the back seat, and while she was climbing into the back seat, kicked her car into neutral, and that shit just rolled into the water.
Nobody's believing that.
I mean, are you guys buying this for real?
Unless she was already dead.
Oh, I can't read that.
We don't believe that. Hit that thumbs up, guys.
This is ridiculous.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, Nightbot's in there. Yeah. So, anyways, sorry. Yeah, that's just crazy, you guys.
I think she actually hit the gear thing to go into neutral, and that's why it went in. The one question I think that everybody's forgetting to ask, was the car on?
Yeah, okay.
Was the car even on?
I need a moment to think, because that one was
the car on?
Like, whoa, that one blew my mind. So let's go through some of these questions because the chat is like blowing up. And so RT did answer the question, but because it was so long ago, I can't scroll back up. I want to say it was something with Sierra or whatever.
Sierra Meadows, okay.
But he wanted to ask the same question in return, I guess.
Sierra Meadows.
You're in Sierra Meadows too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Y'all are neighbors. Let's see. Hold on. This one asked the same thing. Why would Sammy allow Kiely to stay at the party?
To go away. Do you sit there and go, bye guys, I'm leaving? Or do you escape because you go, I'm going to go and I'm just going to hide for the rest of the night? What do you do?
So, I hate doing this publicly. God, please don't let my mama ever watch this. I'm dead serious. I am almost 40 and I do not want my mama
help everybody and get everybody home. Now, when I say this too, you have to understand, not all of the kids that were at the party know each other. Not all of them did. Some of them were friends of friends of friends, like from what I've heard.
So why would you leave? I mean, my thing is, if she's as close to Kiely as she says she is,
I don't know that she was. I don't know that she was.
Put it out there very, very low that they are so close and they were unacceptable. I mean, we don't believe that they were that close because she's got plenty of pictures with everybody else, but there's none of the two of them together. In this day and age, the kids, if they are hanging out, there's going to be some evidence that they were together. So I never got the feeling, but she put herself in the center like they were.
I also think that no one else stepped forward.
I just get.
Oh, I know. You don't understand. Let me say this too. I've gone rounds in my head. Like with everything that everybody else has gone through, in my head, I've done 10 times worse. Like, am I defending the wrong person?
You done 10 times worse? Worse than what?
I've called my daughter and I've said, this is not how I would have done it. This is not how I would be now doing it. This is not how something would be behaving. This is like, you're like grieving process.
All right, I want to just take a minute and see what you guys are saying over here, because I mean, this is crazy, you guys. I mean, if it's true, if she is, I mean, I'd love to have you on. I'd love to interview you sometime. Get a hold of me. I'll have you on, but I don't think, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm sorry.
Process, the whole 9 yards. None of it makes sense to me. None of what she's doing makes sense to me. Do I think that I'm going
the whole grieving process for, I think literally the only person that I have felt like was truly sincere through this all was the grandpa.
Yes, I agree. 100%.
Okay, let's
I 100% agree. I don't think that, and I don't want to, I'm not placing, I have my own like theories on it, like where I sit there and go, could this have happened?
You just told us your theory.
Have happened? Could this have happened? But when it comes right down to it, I agree. There's so many things that I wouldn't do, and neither of my kids would do. They just wouldn't do it. And if it, and as a mom, there's so many things that I wouldn't do that she did. If that makes that mom did.
All right, Megan, if it's really you in the chat and you're really I would love to talk to Sammy. Let's clear some things up. If you really think that this was an accident, have Sammy get in contact with me. If you want people to stop pointing fingers at her, then, I mean, we got a lot of unanswered questions, and it's no offense, but we'd like to hear right from Sammy. What do you guys think? Mace. All right, I'm looking. Hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I agree, you know? All right. Hold on. Hold on one second, you guys. Hannah, shut my door. Please. Thank you. All right. I mean, this is just crazy.
So, but I'm not placing blame on anybody. I don't want to say that I would, in that situation. I've never have been in that situation, so I can't even imagine the shoulda, coulda, woulda, what if you're going through. But at the same point in time, some of the stuff that I've seen and heard, it's hard to deny.
Okay. Another question was, well, yeah, there's a lot that cannot be denied. That is for so sure. Like,
no, there was coke at the party.
Not nothing. That there was more at this unusual drugs at this party than what they normally have.
They normally have. I wouldn't even say normally. I don't really know. From what I've heard, there was weed and coke at the party. I've heard other things after that. I asked Sam straight out. I said, "Was there any?"
Why can't you say what those other things are? I heard there was weed and coke, and some other things. I mean, you already said the weed and coke. Why not let us know everything that was there, right?
Hallucinogenics that you guys took, and she said no. And so that was ruled out right away. That never came up. Someone did say that Kiely had coke in her system. Yes, she probably did.
Who said Kiely had coke in her system? Her autopsy and her toxicology results have not been released. I mean, does this lady know something we don't know? I'm just saying. It seems like an awful lot to me that that she just is saying this stuff to protect Sammy and everybody else that was there. I mean, how do you know? Right?
But I know that talking to someone that when she did it last and it didn't, and from hoping that my parents never see this either, that I know for a fact that wouldn't have, the timing it would have helped her, not have affected her in this instance.
Okay. The mass exit, do you know, like, we're just going through these.
There was an after party, and then there was people blocking the road. So I think the mass exit was just a coincidence. I think they were going to a different
Brandy
party.
Huff,
or it was breaking up because it did. Like I said, they have said this since then. It got out of control.
Wow, you're asking so many good questions. Oh, where have you been for the last 3 weeks? We could have clarified all this stuff. Oh, so.
You know what's funny? I'm in every group that everybody's in. You know what's funny is that I'm in groups that everybody's in. I've seen every single thing. I've seen my name 1,000 times, and I'm like, they could just contact me.
Why are they so tight-lipped? Like, I've never seen a case where they have given a date.
It's because they found her. I mean, let me just say this with AWP. I watch them all the time. I think that I saw the video. I paid $4.99 to watch it early. I saw who they called, and I talked to someone. I can say his name, Jagger. I talked to Jagger about it. Jagger's not happy, and I don't know why.
So I will say that.
Oh, we know that Jagger is not happy. We know that, right? Nobody seemed to be happy that she was found.
Straight up, I was a Jagger fan. I, from the beginning, had no suspicion of Jagger. I was one of those that I was backlashed a whole lot before I even started my channel.
You know what I mean? So when I say that,
I still think he knows what happened.
I hope they don't drag the lake.
I hope they don't drug the lake. Oh my God, come on. All right. I don't know what just happened. You guys, we're all good. Okay.
I think that at that point in time, when I said that, we were hoping she wasn't in the water. So we were at that point in time, we were hoping that she had gone away for the weekend, and like for whatever reason, she said she had a lot on her mind. I mean, she had a lot going on. She was graduating early. She had lots of stress on her life. And so therefore, I think that some people are taking that to be nonchalant. But if you are, and I said this too, if you're already in trouble with your parents, how many times, again, hope my parents don't hear this, how many times in your life have you said, have you thought, I'm already in trouble? Like, I might as well have fun with my night because I'm already going to be grounded when I get home. Like, I'm already in trouble when I get home. So I might as well just enjoy my freedom, because after this, I'm not going to have any more fun. You know what I mean? So when I say that I hope they don't drag the lake, it's a really mucky lake and it's horrible. It's not a clean lake. And that's what I was meaning by that. It's not that I wish that they hadn't. Obviously, I wish they had.
Okay. Because I was like, why would she? Did she say that? Why would she say that? That was like crazy. Probably like one of my, and I could have swore, and we hadn't gotten to it, but I thought you at one point had said, at this point, Sammy has nothing to hide. Like
she doesn't.
So I was like,
well, I also want to say this too, and I want to say this too, because maybe it might clarify some people.
These questions. Oh, why they cleaned up at night?
They always clean up at night. They cleaned up the next morning. It's what the kids do.
They always clean up at night, and they cleaned up the next morning. If they cleaned up at night, why would they have to clean up the next morning? I can't. I mean,
we all have done it. It's respectful. We always take in what we take out.
Does the sun set in California? Because we're all over here and it's 10 o'clock and it is pitch black, and we got you over here with the sun still out.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too. It was much lighter, much later then. And so even though and they had lights on, I did see I have seen pictures of the party that everybody else has seen. They had lights, they had everything else.
What pictures of the party that everybody else has seen? Because all the pictures we got were proved to not come from that party that night. So what pictures?
Clean up the party, because the next morning when I heard I asked Sam, I said, did what was at the party the next morning? Was there anything at the party the next morning that was odd? They did say a ball was at the lake and there was a little girl bike. That was all that was left at the party the next morning. They picked that up and they thought that was weird. And when I asked Sam that, or when I asked them that later, someone said, or one of the guys said, well, the kids bring that out to ride the bikes around the party, the little kid bikes. So it's just kind of a fun thing for them to do. A lot of this is just fun things for them to do. And that's really, and I want that not, and there, let me just say this too. There was a few, not lots, a few completely sober people at the party.
Well, I mean.
So, and that was happened to be one of Kyle's friends.
When you go to a party.
That's what it's funny. Me and Chad were talking about this last night. So I was like, I go, how many people are going to be at this party, right? Totally sober. Like they don't drink, they don't do drugs, like why the hell would they be there? He's like, I don't know, to like hang out, but it's not your scene, right? Yeah, nobody wants, you wouldn't think that there would be a lot of totally sober people at this party. That's all I'm saying.
I still can't.
Oh no, like when I talked to them, I told the kids, I said, because they're just not ready. They didn't know.
Everybody knows who Sammy is. So now, going to a new school and trying to meet nobody's going to trust you.
I said that's why this is very, very sad, because Sam got put on Front Street, and it's kind of like, don't shoot the messenger.
No, Sam put herself on Front Street. Sam inserted herself into the entire investigation. Sam put herself on the front line. Now, was Sam playing the role that she was supposed to be playing? I don't know. I'm just saying. She's the one who put herself out there. The only reason Sam is getting all the flack that she's getting is because she's put all of this out there. Everything came from her. She was running everything. The teen-to-teen meetups. Okay? She was filtering out the information. She said they got hundreds of videos and photos and even videos of people taking videos. And the cops said they got squat. So what are we to think here? Sam's getting all this flack because Sam asked for it. She put herself out there. She came out with all these inconsistencies. She put herself in the line of fire. And, that's why she's getting what she's getting. Don't you guys agree?
The only one that came forward. She was the only one that put her face out there and said, this is what I know and this is what I don't know. And when I say that she was grilled for 8.5 hours, she was. So it's not that she, and so that's why the police trusted her. That's why
if she was grilled for 8 hours, right? And she said Jagger was too. If these two were, investigated and interrogated and all that, and Jagger was cleared, I'm just saying, nobody said anything about Sammy.
The police were like, oh yeah, this is...
But I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
They trusted her because they knew what they had already gone through what she knew.
I think that...
And like I told her,
last night.
Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Oh, hell no, this lady's on here. Okay. Well, I am not going to go through this whole thing. I've gone through enough to hear, you know what I'm saying? I will put a link down into this video, into Michelle's video. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can go watch the whole thing if you want. I just can't listen to that anymore. So, I'm going to close out of that. Okay. I have another one with Meghan, with new shit that she's saying. But I want to let's pull this picture up. They're saying that this is Kylie's car in the lake. You can't see, that does not prove that the car is in the lake. There is land right here. People drive there. People's vehicles were there. This does not prove anything. This is crazy to be like, oh my God, this is her car. This is her car in the lake. Kiely drove her car into the lake. This is ridiculous, you guys. I don't, I'm sorry. That's just my opinion, but I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. All right. Now, I want you guys to check out some of this
stuff because we got it for you tonight.
Hold on. Before I go into that, let me pull up some stuff for you guys, okay? Where are you? Check it. All right. His current job, president at Professional Party Support, right? Okay? You guys see this? President at Professional Party Support. Medical examiner. He has a medical examiner's license. And this is him. This is Check It TV. Okay? His license is expired. But he was a medical examiner and now he works at a party place. Explain that to me. That's quite a fall in careers, wouldn't you say? I wonder what happened? What happened that he couldn't be a medical examiner anymore? But it's awful fishy that he was one. You know what I'm saying? Don't you guys find that a little crazy? I mean, it's insane, you guys. This is what I'm saying. Check it. Dude, there's something very fishy about that guy. I don't, he is off. Yeah. All right. So let's. This is him searching, right? Okay. See his name. All right. Now, you guys got to check. I don't know if you've seen it, but R22 did a video with GPS with Check It TV. And I mean, I suggest everybody go and watch this guy's video. He's got some good videos. But, you know, we're just going to check some of this out.
So we're going to jump right into it. This is the format. We found the easiest way, I think, to bring it to y'all. So y'all be patient with me. We're going to go through this together, y'all. Grab your popcorn and sit down because this is going to be a good one. Mr. Check It TV, what was you doing with dive weight belts by the location of Kiely's car on the 17th, sir? Allegedly, maybe, possibly, but more than likely not true. Here we go, y'all. All right, y'all, here we are. Y'all bear with me real quick.
Can you guys see that? Can you,
all right, so right here.
Can you guys see this full screen right here? His full screen? Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, so let's check this out.
What we have is a search program. It's literally where every searcher put their name into this app. If they found something, they marked what they found, where they found it, the GPS coordinates, all their tracks, their foot movement, their vehicle movement from the minute they logged into this app to the time they stopped. So this is all alleged from here on out, from the beginning of this video. We're not saying anything's true. We're just saying that this is GPS coordinates on a phone, I guess. I don't know. Y'all sit with me. All right, so y'all see this name right here, Juan Arbaca Sanchez, 8/17/2022. So this right here is Check It TV, y'all. Today, and just for the first couple minutes, we're going to focus on his movement in this yellow path. Over here, it has all the people listed in the search. I have all their foot traffic off the screen, just his, so we can focus on this for a minute, y'all. So we're going to go over here. It looks to be like he started over here, came back around right here, right? Came back.
Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, sorry.
Down this way, right here. He makes his turn, comes right here, and then he comes up here. Now, just so y'all can get a mind frame of where we are at, I'm going to back out of this, right? Okay. We are going to come up here.
Don't you guys think it's weird that the party happened over here and he is searching over here? I mean, that's just weird. That's like right where he went. You know? Like he knew where to go to look for something.
I believe on this one, it has the location of the party right here in the red, y'all. This is the location of the party. Right here. This is where they're calling the sanctuary. It's where it's marked on the search app. Now, there was a gathering over here, right? Jane Doe did say that she walked this way. She made a left from the gathering. 3 dudes made a right towards the water, right? Today, we're not focusing on that. We are focusing on
Well, I don't trust Jane Doe.
checking TV's movements. So you see, if the gathering was down here in this little clearing right here, his search is focused up here, y'all, in this. I mean, it's a wooded area. Now, we can tell because we can zoom in. And it's him. Here's his name. Now, this is all allegedly, but this is his path. Now, the beautiful thing about this is you can literally go to his YouTube and watch his videos. I recommend you doing that. It'll get him some views, right? So you go there and you can actually match this up with his videos of where he is walking around up in here searching. So you can match up both of these. And then he heads down here. He takes this trek back right here and he makes this right-hand turn. Now, y'all stick with me. We're going just by this, right? He comes down here, and then right here he's at the water. So first, let's back out so we can get a view of where everything is. Here's all his track. Here's the location of the party. We do know there was a gathering over here, some kind. Maybe this is where a fight happened here at the intersection. And then here's where he searches. He comes down here, and here he is, y'all, right here, right? So here's the beautiful thing about where we're looking at right now. We can actually zoom down here. Here's his movement right here. Now, if you see right here in this area, y'all, he's got a lot of movement. Now, what my buddy believes is that his kayak was down here. Because if you look in his videos that you can match up to his movement on here, his kayak's not in his vehicle. So more than likely it was down by the water. This is his movement right here, y'all, of him getting his kayak prepared to get in the water. He comes out, and then he comes back here, and he does a lot of this. Now, I give him credit. He searched this area well, right? But what threw me and my buddy both off, if you see this, he searches all this, and then look at this straight beeline. Boom. And even if this is it, it's still this direction, right? He makes a straight beeline to this area right here. Y'all seeing this, right? I'm going to back out so we can all see this together and correlate where we're looking at, right? We're guessing Kiely's car was right here somewhere. Okay, let's zoom back on this. Now, the beautiful thing is you can see he comes over here on the bank, y'all, and he actually has some movement, right? He leaves a footprint here, is what he does, allegedly, right? Leaves a footprint right here. Now, the interesting thing about this, and there's a key factor to this, right? When you are on this program here and you see his movement here, well, then you can come over here. We can scroll down here to markers 9. And anything found in this area is going to come up as a red dot. And I know y'all see that right there. We're going to talk about that in just a second. First, we're going to back out, y'all. Back out one more so we can get a view of what we're looking at. Here's the Prosser family campground. Sanctuary's somewhere here. And then he's searching over here. Now, this is his movements allegedly, right? So now there was a flip-flop found right here, y'all, in this little group of trees. Now, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deal.
Whoops, sorry.
We're looking at here. Flip-flop right here in this group of trees. Over here is a blood trail, question mark. So I don't know if that was ever investigated, but it is something of significance that was found in this area, and it was marked. GPS marked the location of it, right? We're not saying that he had any involvement, anything with this. We're just saying that this was found. It was not found by him. It doesn't look like.
Was that blood trail found and it reported to Sammy? 'Cause that seemed to be where everybody was reporting everything to. I'm just saying. I mean, you guys, it's crazy.
It actually doesn't have a name to who exactly found these, so we're not sure. So again, we come back down here. Now, the significance to this is his movement. This is his GPS movement. He even says on his videos he's on this app and you can track him, right? Well, you probably never expected two boys like us to get on YouTube because you said to do it, so I took it as it was okay to do it. So here we are, allegedly, again, maybe, possibly. All right, y'all. Y'all see this right here? It says Mark, 8/17 of 2022 at 4 p.m. and 48 seconds. He found something right here. So we're going to zoom down here. Right here, we'll center it.
Right where Check It just happened to be spending some time.
There's where he found it, y'all. Okay. We have done established this. When I touch it, you can see the name right up here. Y'all look right here where the hand is. When I touch the yellow mark, it'll tell you whose foot traffic it is. Okay. Mark at 4 p.m. and 48 seconds finds something. Here's the beautiful thing is we can come over here, y'all, and we can literally look. What did Mark find right there? Well, what Mark found, 8/17/2022, 4 p.m. and 48 seconds, he found 2 sea pearls, 5-pound bags. 2 5-pound bags of sea pearls. Now, I will do y'all a favor. I will save you some time so you don't have to jump off the video and go look. These are divers weight bags is what these are. You put them on. They allow you to get down to your target much quicker. Excuse me. Again, this is all allegedly.
Get down to your target much quicker. Could he be the one who placed those items right in there by the car? Right in that open window? I'm saying. So you guys, I'm not going to play the whole video because I want you guys to go over there and check it out. But it's some pretty interesting stuff. And that's just what I'm saying. Everybody, SF, Check It, everybody who has claimed to have inside knowledge and came out and came forward to talk, they've all been leading us in, it's all bullshit. They've all been wanting to push this accident narrative. Push this accident narrative. We got to get more people out there to push this, make people think it was an accident. You could tell me till you are blue in the face that this was an accident and I will not believe you. I don't believe it. And that's just what it is. Okay? But he is our 22 cents. When I get done with this video, I should have did it before, but I didn't think about it. When I get done with this live, I will go and put both of those videos in the description below. So you guys can go and check them out. Okay? All right. I mean, don't you guys think this is crazy? All right. Now, let's talk about a few other things, okay? Now, I put this out, and you know what? Not for nothing, but it could be something. So, look at the date, the 17th, right? 911 reporting she saw a 2013 silver CRV with racks on top of vehicle with something on top. Vehicle was parked next to Hirschdale Sign Road. They saw sign for missing 16-year-old. Advised it matches the description of her vehicle. Appeared unoccupied. CAD, okay, per 1S6, Penn Till 0700 for 1S2. I don't know what any of that stuff means, but this is August 17th, 2022. Will pass info along to 1S2, 8/17/22. CHP will check the area. Event closed. Now, I don't know. I'm just saying that none of these other ones say scheduled event. So I don't know if like this was a scheduled, you know what I mean? Like a scheduled, like CHP scheduled to go out there. So they had to write scheduled event on there. I'm not sure, but none of these other ones say that. And not for nothing, but you know, I mean, somebody did report her car seeing it that day and called it in. And you guys, again, nobody knows when her car went into the lake. I don't buy it. I don't buy that the car went into the lake that night. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. You know, I put this out on a post, and I think it you know, it's funny because it's right next to the Hurstdale Road sign. You know what else is on Hurstdale Road? Oh, where is it? Let's see. Okay, of course I don't have it here, but RV truck or RV Truckee RV River Park or whatever is on Hurstdale Road. So, oh, right here. Some locals think Kiely was at the Truckee River RV Park gas station in Eastside Delhi. Um, 10068 Hurstdale Road, Truckee, California. It's a place with cheap gas. Did Kiely stop there to fill up her CRV? You know, and that's where a lot of people are saying that photoshopped, what I think is a photoshopped picture came from. The local that I talked to told me that it was not taken there, she was pretty sure that it was taken somewhere else. So I don't know, you know, where that picture was, where that picture was from, but that's pretty crazy, right? Don't you guys find that strange right there? Hold on a second. Ugh. I mean, what do you guys think about it? I mean, I don't know. I think that there could be something to this. And why is this the only one that said scheduled event? I'm sorry, Amy. What? Oh, I guess she was saying this Meghan lady wants a link. Then promised her fam no panel. Then last comment was, okay, that's it. Going live my damn self. Okay. More power to you. Brandy said scheduled event means they asked for someone to go check it out. At least that's all I can find on that particular terminology for 911 log calls. So, I don't know. Could be something, could be nothing. Did somebody actually see Kiely's car at this time on the 17th? Did the car did the car go in the lake after the 17th? That's the thing though, we don't know. So why would you just dismiss this like it was nothing when you don't know? All right. Oh, why did that come out like that? What the heck? Okay, I don't know why this picture came out like that, but Lindsay's husband, the stepdad, apparently has a sweet shop, Sweets Handmade Candies. That is not that far from where Kiely worked at the tea place. I mean, you guys, I don't know. He's got a checkered past. Now, I'm not saying anything, but listen, you guys know how I feel about Lindsay. And, not for nothing, but there's something wrong with those people, in my opinion. And, honestly, you almost wonder, because like that lady said, she said they were coming home, and then she changed it to she was coming home. So I'm just saying, did Kiely make it back home that night? A lot of people are saying that. What do you guys think? Did Kiely make it home that night? Right? Did whatever happened to her there? Was Prosser all just a distraction? Hey, look over here. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys already know that I don't believe that there was a party. Not like they're saying. Right? So I took a picture of this. So somebody posted this on Twitter. They said, replying to at Batty Up, at Jody, and at the CNY family. Let hashtag Kiely Rodni rest in peace. Please just let it go. They don't know me very well, they don't know me, do they? It just amazes me that people are like, just let it go. Just drop it. I'll drop it. We'll drop it when we get justice for this girl whose life was taken and nobody seemed to care. I mean, it's just ridiculous what is going on here. Oh, I think hold on, you guys. Make sure oh, okay, yep, I did. I mean, it's crazy. But, not for nothing. We don't know that Kiely went missing from there. That's just what we were told by Sammy. That was her story. Right? Everything based off of everything has been from her mouth. Like, that's where the whole case came from. Okay? And, we don't know that Kiely went missing from there. Everything we've heard about, all these stories, like, oh, they had this huge party, 300 to 400 people. And then, nope, that number went down to 100 to 200 people. And there was old sketchy guys there with drugs. There was not old guys sketchy there with drugs. Kiely was so intoxicated that she could barely walk. No, she wasn't that intoxicated. It's like, the problem is that everybody that has come forward to speak on this case has been full of shit. They've contradicted themselves every time they talked. So what are we supposed to think, right? We don't know that. We don't know that Kiely went missing from Prosser. And anybody who says that they are 100% positive that that's Kiely's car going into that lake in that video is full of shit too. I'm sorry, but it is. You cannot tell. So, I'm just saying. I believe that, oh, man. I mean, I believe, and I've said this for how long, you guys, that Kiely was led into a situation that was premeditated, that this was planned. Whatever happened to her, it was set up to happen to her. And all these people that, want to claim to love her and care about her and, from the friends, the fake ass friends, to the mother, to the community. It's all shit. It's all crap. None of them act like they had any emotion towards Kiely's death at all. It's insane. It's the most insane thing I've ever seen. Hold on, let me pull up. Okay, kind of off subject, but not really. I wanted to bring this up. The office is up for grabs in California's 2022 elections include Placer County Sheriff, and the person currently holding that position is accused of using private information to get votes for one of the candidates. The two candidates vying to be the new sheriff are current Undersheriff Wayne Wu and current Administrative Sergeant Brandon Bean. KCRA3 confirmed with Wu's campaign that a letter was sent in March from Sheriff Devon Bell, specifically to concealed carry weapon permit holders in Placer County. The letter reads in part, Wayne has assured me we will enjoy the same CCW policy, and I'm asking all of you for your support of Wayne. Wayne Wu is going to be the next sheriff. He's already the undersheriff, right? They're going to make sure he's the next sheriff. He's as crooked as they come. But you guys, this area, Truckee, Placer County, I mean, this whole freaking place is like nowhere you'd ever want to live, right? You hear the craziest shit coming from this town and these people. It's just absurd. Now, I want to go over a couple of things, all right? Because I think a lot of people have forgotten this and overlooked this. And, oh, wait. First, let me read this to you guys, okay? Not this. Let me get rid of that for a second. But I will pull up. Hold on. Oh. I'm going to make sure this don't shut off. It usually does. You guys know that. Freaking dumb thing. I don't know why that shit happens. Okay. Now I'm going to read this to you. This was what somebody had written this on Twitter. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Real quick. Yeah. Let's just say that. Let's talk about how Lindsay at the beginning wanted to say, oh, my daughter would never drink and drive. She knows better. Like, she would never do that. She's not that type of person. She just would never drink and drive. I know that. She would never drive under the influence. See how quick that shit flipped? And now Lindsay's like, it was an accident. It was an accident. She got drunk. She drove. Same thing Jagger's pushing. Same thing SF is pushing. Same thing all these other people that are coming out want to say. Accident, accident, accident. I'm calling bullshit on everybody. Ed Zachary, at Kimberly McMurray. They never even said where that picture was from, what business it was, or what time. Exactly. They never named that business, which, again, does not happen in a case. Sandy McParleton, welcome to the family with a CNY Silver membership. You guys are awesome. Okay, so, but she flipped the script real quick, didn't she? To, oh, this was an accident, just leave us alone, you know? Let these children cope. Okay, anyway, I'm just going to read this, and I wanted to share this with you guys, because when I read it, it made me literally, like, sick to my stomach. Okay. I agree. I don't know who put this out either. I just saw this on, where did I find this? On Twitter, I think. But listen to this. I agree with Lindsay. There is honor in silence. The truth does not necessarily bring comfort or tranquility. The secret to happiness is believing your own truth. That's why religion was created. It's not up to you to decide if people need answers. It's up to the families. There are many answers. Each case is different. And some people don't want all the answers. Again, you know what I say to that? What kind of mother would not want answers as to what happened to her 16-year-old child? What kind of mother would not want answers? You want to be that person that sticks your head in the sand and pretends that you live in a world full of rainbows and butterflies and pretend like evil doesn't exist. That's just not the real world. Okay? But you want to stick your head in the sand and forget or pretend that your daughter's death was possibly not an accident, right? You don't even question that. You don't even question that. Like, why are you not standing up for your daughter? I have never once seen that woman defend her daughter. And let's just talk about that, Sugar Spice. Let's just talk about that hoodie real quick. Lindsay said, now, Angela Masalam, right, said that Kiely's mother said that Kiely was wearing that sweatshirt during the party. Now, Lindsay herself said the last time that she saw Kiely was Friday morning. So how could she be so sure that Kiely was wearing that sweatshirt that night? Tell me that. That's why I say, I wonder where this really went down, right? And with the mom being the way she is, I'm just saying, this is just another theory. What if Kiely was at home? Oh, Gloria P. Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. You guys know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, back to this. It's not up to you to decide if people need answers. It's up to the families. There are many answers. Each case is different, and some people don't want all the answers. Silence is golden with Kiely. Best to accept that it was a routine motor vehicle accident and move on. I'm sorry. What kind of person would say it's best to just accept that it was a motor vehicle accident and move on? Because we don't really want to know the truth. You know? Who wants to know what really happened? You know what I'm saying? That it's ridiculous. I know. Sugar, I don't know. I found this it was on Twitter, and I took a freaking snapshot, or I took a screenshot of it, but because I was just like, who writes such bullshit? You know? Silence is golden with Kiely. Best to just accept that it was a routine motor vehicle accident. Why? Best for who? Your town? Your community? Ellie? The parents? Who's it best for? All the people involved in this? Is that who it's best for? Because silence is certainly not the best thing for Kiely. I don't give a shit who you are. You ain't gonna find anything out being silent. Oh, our 22 cents. What's up? Sorry, I just saw your thing. Gloria P, thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Okay, I will check that email. Marilyn R, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. Are there any photos of Kiely at the party? See, no, Marilyn, and that's just the thing. There is not one photo of Kiely from that party. Sugar, that is not even funny. You better stop playing. Okay, so now, I mean, I got a few more things to go over. I sent you an email too. Okay, I will check that when I can. But again, I'll look at it. But again, I don't. I looked at that and I watched that video so many times that I just don't believe that was her car going in there. All right, so now I wanted to bring this up because you guys see this picture of Sammy? Look at her. Okay, look at her hair. Look at the length of her hair, you guys, right? Look at her legs. Look at her thighs. Now tell me that that freaking store picture does not look just like this girl right here. Yes, I watched. Yep, I did. I saw it. I'm just saying. Everything in this case, you guys. Oh, okay. All right, sugar. No, but yeah, so a few other things that I wanted to say. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, our 22 cents. I will check my email. I'll check that out. Sorry it took me so long. I can't, you know, see what I'm doing over here. Okay. Let me. Oh, nope, that's not it. All right, hold on. Where's this at? Okay. So that part that I read you guys where it was like, I agree with Lindsay, there's, honor and silence, whatever. This came from the same person. Okay. Now this says, Kylie's celebration of life is now over and we need to move on. These children still have brilliant futures ahead of them, and most are now in college with serious academic work. Close all of this drama, nonsense, and accusations is stressing them out. How many more young lives do you want to ruin? Even Lindsay realizes that this was a life learning event and has embraced the survivors. And FYI, inebriated is a broad generic term for a person can be slightly inebriated or trashed. Inebriated means wasted. Okay. But again, these kids, they have brilliant futures ahead of them. They're headed for college. Do we really want to ruin their lives too? How many more young lives do you want to ruin? Even Lindsay realizes this was a life learning event. This is bullshit. What in the hell, you guys? Are you guys seeing this? I don't know who wrote that. I don't know who wrote this. I know. Ruined whose life? The only life here that's been ruined is Kylie's. I'm so sick of it. If I hear one more person, defending these teens and defending the community and not, I'm just so over it. Seriously. Checkett's a freaking idiot, a fool. You know, SF was a liar. Checkett also is a liar. But SF wanted to come out in the beginning and be like, oh, yep, this, you know, foul play, foul play. Nope. He did a real quick turnaround just with like Sammy did. I mean, sorry, not Sammy. Just like Lindsay did. Just like everybody else who automatically flipped and wanted to push, now let's push it an accident. Accident, accident, accident. It's ridiculous. You know, it just, and you know what? I'm sick of people defending the mom. I'm sorry. I just am, you know? All right, so let me just refresh your guys' memory a little bit, all right? Let's go back to Kiely's celebration of life. Do y'all remember that? Okay. So let's just go a little, yeah, they did. All right, let's just go through a little bit of this, all right? Now, Cassie Hebel is the one who was leading, basically like talking throughout the whole celebration of life. All right? Now, she thanked the police departments. She thanked CHP for investigating. Much gratitude. Family, friends. All our Truckee community did to search for Kiely and to find Kiely. First of all, your Truckee community didn't find Kiely. AWP found Kiely. You should remember that because everybody was pissed off when she was found. I'm reading you guys her words, right? We felt that we could come to the table in a way that we could come to the table. Within 48 hours, we had a family base camp. No, again, no mention of AWP. She thanked Truckee PD 3 times. She thanked CHP a few times. Even thanked those that brought coffee. But not one thanks to AWP. And now is trying to go after that freaking reward fund. You know, that AWP clearly deserves to get. Squirrel Girl, by the way, shout out to you. That is awesome. That is awesome that you did that. Okay. Let's see. She literally thanked all the restaurants, talked about everyone else, you know, and not for nothing, but a girl's celebration of life after a 16-year-old girl just died tragically, right? Now, I mean, I would say that's probably not the best time to thank everybody and send out all your thank yous. You know, send them a thank you card or some shit later, right? Okay. Let's see. Kim Bradley, Nevada County Behavioral Health was there to help with the teens. Okay, now, listen to how they talked about these teens at Kiely's memorial, celebration of life, whatever you want to call it. Let's do a round of applause for our teens, supporting one another, helping law enforcement, reaching out for statements. You are strong. You are our future, and you are amazing. You know, don't you think that if she even gave a shit about Kiely at all, she would have been talking about Kiely instead of talking about how amazing the teens were and are? I'm just saying, none of that rubbed me the right way. Thank the media for covering the story. Moonshine Inc. Okay, she said, one of those nights when we were hanging out at base camp, people played some guitars, especially for Mama. And I was like, okay, this is cool. We were listening to music and it was beautiful. And then it changed. When Kiely was found, Then it became about how are we going to do this and celebrate our Truckee community. And it's like, okay, you're supposed to be a friend of the family, and you just found out that Kiely's body was in her car at the bottom of the lake. And your first thing is, how are we going to celebrate the community? Good night, Brandy. Okay. Words that this is still continued what she was saying. Words that bring me here today are love, space, our journey of collectiveness, and experiences that we all have shared. The support that we give one another. They had the altar, the gift table, the Palo Santo sticks. She said, gets rid of evil spirits and make sure you come down and do a cleansing because that's very important. They are so filled with gratitude to be a part of the community. You know, it was just a bunch of bullshit. Okay, 22. Yeah, I will check that. I don't know. I can't really do it right now while I'm live. I'm sorry, but, where the hell did my other paper go? Hold on. Sorry, I'm going through I got a freaking pile of paperwork over here. Okay, I don't know where it is, but I lost it. And then that was the mother's infamous speech telling everybody to mind their own business. And, you know, there's honor in silence, and there's kindness in minding your own business, and go for a walk, get a hobby, you know, that infamous speech that we all listened to and freaking almost, you know, couldn't believe it. I mean, it was ridiculous. And again, you guys, this is why I say, I believe that all these sketchy people are involved. I believe that. I believe even the mother, you guys, I don't know how I don't know to what extent, but that is not a normal mother. When she walked up and she's hugging on Sammy and, you know, she's kissing her on the cheek and all of this, that is bullshit. That is crap. At the very least, lady, that girl left your daughter, according to her own story, that girl left your daughter in a very vulnerable situation by herself. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. And then for anybody to come up here and stand there and defend any of this, I couldn't, you know, it's just crazy. It really is crazy, you guys. I'm so glad to be back with you guys on a live. This is awesome. You know, I'm so happy. It's awesome. It feels like it's been forever since I could do anything. Okay, so now that I'll do this, I have to put the video out later, but listen, you guys, about our giveaway this month, okay? So I'm gonna give it to you guys. I'm gonna give you all the details and stuff now. So there will be two. So we will be giving away a 3-day emergency food preparedness kit. Now, we are not affiliated with this company. This is just some, especially with like, look at the hurricane that just happened in Florida. Like, you never know. You never know when anything could go wrong, right? So it's not a bad idea to have it's not a bad idea to have extra food in case something does happen. So now, for the details, all you have to do to be entered to win is you have to be a subscriber and you have to like this live. You have to like the video, and you have to be a subscriber. Now that's one 3-day pack. The other 3-day pack is going to go to a member. It is going to go to one of our members of our channel, okay? We wanted to do something and make sure that, we our members support us, so we wanted to do something for our members. So, one 3-day food pack will go to a subscriber who randomly gets chosen, okay? But you have to be subscribed to the channel and you have to like this live, okay? And the other food pack will go to one of our members. And listen, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a peace of mind, really. And we as a family, think it's very important that people have things on hand that in a bad situation you might need. So I just want, that's what we're doing. We're not sponsored by this company. We bought this on our own and we want to share it with you guys, right? So those are the details for the giveaway. Yep. Be a subscriber. I'm sorry. And Chad said, I forgot to say comment. Be a subscriber, like this video, and leave a comment. That's it. That's all you got to do to be entered to win. So one of our subscribers will win, and one of our members will win a pack. So there will be 2. Okay? And then if you're chosen, all you have to do is email us and give us where you want it sent, and it'll be sent. So, I know, it may not seem like a lot, but 3 days worth of food for you and, you and your kid or you and your husband or whatever the case is, you never know when that could come in handy, So we'd rather do something sensible that, makes sense. Okay. Yes, definitely our prayers go out to Florida. I'm so sorry that you guys had to go through that. Like, that is just unimaginable. Our hearts and our prayers go out to you and your families. All right, you guys. Well, my kids are getting restless, so I love you guys. I'm so happy to be back on. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this video. And anybody who can or is in a position to, if you want to donate to the channel, there's links in the description below. All right, we love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. And you guys all have a good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow.